Okay, so we continue with our discussion tungkol sa overview ng Philippine juvenile justice system. So we have now the Philippines treatment of CICL. So first is the treatment of children below the age of criminal responsibility. As you know, na syempre, ang pinag-uusapan nga natin, juvenile, ito yung mga 18 years old below. So, 17 and at pababa. But not all children will be proceeding with court. So it has been determined that the child taken into custody in is 15 years old or below. The authority, which will have an initial contact with the child in coordination with the local social welfare development officer or LSWDO, has the duty to immediately release the child to the custody of his or her parents or guardian or in the absence thereof to the child nearest relative. So ulit, if a child is 15 and below, automatic siya na ibibigay sa kanilang magulang. But hindi naman ibig sabihin na wala nang gagawin ang government natin. Meron pa rin siyang mga diversion programs na papasukan. But then, uh, if the child is 16 or 17 years old, siya ay haharap muna kay judge, katulad ng mga napag-usapan natin kahapon. So ito, uh, ang magkakaroon ng initial contact with the child usually is the DSWD, specifically the LSWDO. Yung LSWDO ay yung social worker sa municipality or city ninyo. Kaya tinawag siyang local na social welfare development officer. If they cannot be located, yung mga magulang, mga relatives, guardian, or they refuse to take custody of the child, ayaw nilang kunin yung bata. Kasi nga, di ba, ibabalik sa kanila yung mga bata, yung mga 15 below. The CICL may be released to the following: a duly registered non-governmental or religious organization, a barangay official or a member of the barangay council for the protection of children, BCPC, LSWDO, or the DSWD. Authorities which have initial contact with the child refer to law enforcement officers or private citizens apprehending or taking custody of the CICL. Kasi nga, di ba, nakagawa sila ng krimen. Nakagawa sila ng isang, sabihin na natin pagkakamali, hindi, hindi naman worker ang unang ano tawag dito? Hindi naman ang social worker ang unang magte-take custody sa kanila, ang unang makakaalam ng krimen, di ba? Ang unang makakaalam talaga is the law enforcement officers. Kasi usually, yun naman talaga ang ginagawa nila. They apprehend those who commit violations of the law. So, law enforcement officers or mga private citizens. I think you know this naman, na there is what we call the citizen's arrest. If a person has committed a crime and a private person witnessed it, pwede niyang i-arrest under citizen's arrest yung tao na yon, yung nakagawa ng krimen. Yun nga ang issue. Pag 15 and below. Kaya, i-refer din nila or makikipag-coordinate sila sa DSWD or the LSWDO. If the LSWDO determines that the child is abandoned, neglected, or abused by his parents, and the best interest of the child requires that he or she be placed in a youth care facility or bahay pag-asa, the child's parents or guardians shall execute a written authorization for the voluntary commitment of the child. So, uh, kailangan munang mapatunayan ng LSWDO kung inaabuso ba yung bata sa bahay nila, kung siya ay neglected or abandoned. Yun yung mga nasabi natin na nagbibigay lang ng pera pero walang nag-aalaga doon sa bata. Yun, neglected. Okay. Kapag ganun ang situation or ang circumstance, you will always look for the best interest of the child. Well, you know the best interest is naman, di ba? Sinabing best interest, ito yung pinaka-mainam na gawin para sa bata. Ito yung action na pinaka-makabubuti para doon sa bata, para doon sa welfare ng bata. Kapag ganun nga ang nangyari, kailangan siyang alisin doon sa kanilang tahanan, ilalagay siya sa isang youth care facility or bahay pag-asa. Tapos yung child's parents or guardian ay magbibigay ng isang authorization letter na kinocommit nila yung bata doon sa bahay pag-asa. But if there are no parents or guardians or they will not execute it, tumanggi na naman yung magulang or yung guardian na magbigay ng authorization letter, pero inaabuso naman nila sa bahay, the LSWDO or the DSWD shall file the proper petition for involuntary commitment. Involuntary na kasi nga ayaw pumirma ng magulang or guardian or walang mahanap na kamag-anak. Ayun. Only those who are at least 12 years old can be committed to a youth care facility. And then second, under the Philippines treatment of CICL depending on whether they acted with or without discernment. Well, we have also tackled this. Pag sinabing discernment, this is the ability of a person, specifically of a child, to determine right from wrong. The social worker, using the discernment assessment tools developed by the DSWD, will come up with an initial assessment which is without prejudice to the preparation of a more comprehensive case study report. Kumbaga, think of it as a checklist na magche-check lang sila at kapag umabot to a certain grade, to a certain score, then masasabi na nila kung yung bata acted with or without discernment when he or she committed a crime. The local social worker can either release or commit the child to a youth care facility if he or she is 15 years old or below, or above 15 but below 18 years old, but who acted without discernment. However, if the child is above 15 years old but below 18, who acted with discernment, the reversion should be implemented. Okay. If the imposable penalty for the crime, bale, ito na yung system of diversion. If the imposable penalty for the crime is not more than 6 years imprisonment, mediation, family conferencing, and conciliation or other indigenous modes of conflict resolution in consonance with restorative justice shall be facilitated by the law enforcement officer or punong barangay, yung barangay captain, with the assistance of the LSWDO or members of the BCPC. Both the child and his or her family shall be present shall be present in these activities. So, magkakaroon ng mga nabanggit dyan, mediation, family conferencing and conciliation, or other indigenous modes of conflict resolution. Bakit ganun ang gagawin? Because the system aims for restorative justice. Hindi lang para magkapatawaran sila ng biktima or pamilya ng biktima at ng offender, but also to restore dignity, the dignity of the offender. Kasi yung offender din ay magkakaroon ng, sabihin natin, mababawasan ang kanyang self-esteem. He would think na hindi siya mabuting tao at other negative thoughts. So, through restorative justice, that would be avoided. Kumbaga, titignan pa rin natin yung best interest niya. In victimless crimes, where the imposable penalty is not more than 6 years imprisonment, the LSDO shall develop an appropriate diversion and rehabilitation program in coordination with the BCPC. Again, involvement of the child and his or her parents or guardians is a must. Lagi naman yan, di ba? Kapag bata talaga ang kasama mo o ang kausap mo, dapat laging may presence ng kanyang magulang or ng kanyang guardian. I assume familiar na rin kayo sa victimless crimes. So, from the term itself, ito ay mga krimen na wala namang specific na victim na nasaktan. For example, siya ay nagsugal. Yun, victimless crime yun. Ang natatanging biktima doon ay yung offender na rin. Kasi binibiktima niya yung sarili niya, nag-uubos siya ng pera, nagsasuffer siya maybe in some form of addiction to gambling. Ayun. To where the imposable penalty for the crime committed exceeds 6 years imprisonment, such as murder, homicide, rape. Diversion measures will only be decided by the courts. Kaya nga, sinasabi natin kapag 16 or 17 ka and you acted with discernment, it will be decided by the court. Si judge ang magsasabi nun. The diversion program shall cover social, cultural, and psychological services for the child, which may include reparation of the damage caused. Kung meron siyang property na nasira, kailangan niyang ayusin yon. Counseling, participation in available community-based programs, or in education, vocation, and life skills programs. Maybe because hindi siya pumapasok sa school, kaya napapariwara siya. So, kumbaga kulang yung kanyang kaalaman sa mga bagay-bagay sa mundo. So yun, bibigyan siya ng proper education. At the level of the appropriate court, in addition to the programs cited, diversion programs can also include reprimand. Pagsasabihan ka, pagagalitan ka, something like that. Yun, reprimand. Fine or institutional care, iha-house ka, and custody. A diversion program will depend on the individual characteristics and the peculiar circumstances of the CICL. Some of these factors are the child's feelings of remorse, the ability of the parents or the guardians to supervise the victim's view. Titignan nila ano ba yung damdamin ng biktima. And the availability of community-based programs for rehabilitation and reintegration of the child. In case of failure to comply with the terms and conditions of the contract of diversion as certified by the LSWDO, the offended party can institute the appropriate legal action. Also, if no diversion took place because the imposable penalty exceeds 6 years or the child or his or her parents does not consent to diversion, the case shall be filed according to the regular processes. And then we have release on recognizance. Pag sinabing release on recognizance, ibibigay ang custody ng child sa isang taong nakaka-recognize dun sa child, such as the parents, the guardians, other relatives. Yun, release on recognizance. Where a child is detained, the court shall order the release of the minor on bail or release on recognizance to his or her parents and other suitable person. The court has also the option to transfer the minor to a youth care facility. In no case shall the court order the detention of a child in a jail pending trial or hearing of his or her case. So never na dapat i-commit ang isang bata sa isang jail, such as Angeles City District Jail, Arayat District Jail, yung mga ganong jail. Okay? And then we have discharge of the child in conflict with the law. So when at the time of the commission of the offense, the child is under 18 years old, and subsequently he is found guilty of the offense charge, the court shall place the CICL under suspended sentence without need of application. So when we say suspended sentence, hindi i-apply, hindi ipapataw ang parusa sa'yo sa oras na ito. Isususpend siya. So suspension of sentence shall still be applied even if he or she is more than 18 years old at the time of the pronouncement of his or her guilt. The court shall impose the appropriate disposition measures in consideration of the various circumstances of the CICL. Upon recommendation of the social worker who has custody of the child, the court shall dismiss the case if it finds that the objectives of the disposition measures have been fulfilled. So, madidismiss ang case kung sa tingin ng korte ay nagawa naman ng diversion program yung kanyang dapat gawin. Kasi 'di ba, ang dapat niyang gawin, by the way, hindi lang diversion, there are some cases na kailangan nga ng intervention naman. So in those cases na nag-apply sila ng diversion and or intervention programs, ay nakapagbago doon sa bata, nagkaroon na siya ng pagsisisi, nagkaroon na siya ng remorse doon sa kanyang actions, then the court will dismiss the case. Hindi na siya magpo-proceed sa actual hearing. Okay? Or doon sa actual implementation. Kasi nga, di ba, suspended yung kanyang sentence. So, kapag nagbago naman siya, itutuloy na yung suspension. Kumbaga, i-dismiss na nga yung case. But, if the child did not change, walang pagbabago sa kanya, walang remorse, after diversion and intervention, then that's the time na ang child will be given the appropriate sentence mula dun sa sinuspend na sentence. And then confinement of convicted children in agricultural camps and training facilities. So after conviction, sinabi na ni court, hindi ka nagsisisi. So itutuloy na natin yung sentensya mo. After conviction and upon order of the court to serve his or her sentence, a CICL may, in lieu of confinement in a regular penal institution, kapalit ng pagkakakulong sa isang jail, sa isang prison, the child may serve in an agricultural camp and other training facilities that may be supervised by the Bureau of Correction in coordination with the DSWD. So, sino yung tinutukoy na competent authority? So, these are the family courts. So, they have exclusive jurisdiction over cases involving children in conflict with the law. So, pag sinabi nating exclusive jurisdiction, exclusive nga, ibig sabihin, siya lang ang may jurisdiction, siya lang ang may karapatan na dinggin ang mga kaso ng mga CICL. Jurisdiction is vested with regional trial courts in places where there are no family courts. Kung maalala nyo rin, ang family court kasi, level niya RTC, Regional Trial Court. And in places na wala namang family court, yung mga regular RTC would have exclusive jurisdiction on cases involving CICL. Okay. The Philippines Institutional Treatment of CICL. So, Republic Act 10630, or the Act Strengthening the Juvenile Justice System, provided for the establishment of an intensive juvenile intervention and support center for children, or the IJISC, under the minimum age of criminal responsibility in Bahay Pag-asa. Yung lugar kung saan kinocommit yung mga bata kapag walang magulang na kukuha sa kanila or ni-refuse ng magulang or ng kanilang guardian na kunin yung bata na mag-take custody doon sa bata. The Bahay Pag-asa is a 24-hour childcare institution funded and managed by local government units and licensed or accredited non-government organizations. Children in conflict with the law who are 15 to 18 years old shall be housed in these temporary shelters while awaiting trial and the judgment to be rendered by the court. So, diyan sila i-commit muna. Siguro mas ito yung kilala natin na Boys Town, Girls Town. Pero ngayon, ang tawag na nga ay Bahay Pag-asa. So the law also clarified procedures for children below the age of criminal responsibility, including those who commit serious offenses. It provides that any child aged 12 to 15 who commits a serious offense punishable by more than 12 years imprisonment should be deemed a neglected child under the Child and Youth Welfare Code, or PD 603. As a neglected child, the minor should be placed in the IJISC. The same is true with a child who was previously subjected to a community-based intervention program. He shall also be deemed a neglected child. As such, shall undergo an intensive intervention program supervised by the LSWDO. The child will undergo appropriate intervention programs through the written authorization of voluntary commitment of the child as executed by the parents or guardians, or through a petition in the court for the involuntary confinement filed by the LSWDO or DSWD. So the Bahay Pag-asa will be managed by a multidisciplinary team composed of a social worker, a psychologist, mental health professional, a medical doctor, an educational guidance counselor, and a member of the Barangay Council for the Protection of Children. They will come up with the individualized intervention plan for the child and his or her family. Same as with older offenders, ang punishment kasi or ang mga makukuha niyang program sa loob ng jail or loob ng prison is individualized. Katulad nga ng nasabi ko sa inyo, hindi lahat ng nakukulong pwede mong bigyan ng educational program. Hindi lahat ay bibigyan mo ng medical or psychological programs. Kasi nga, individualized siya. Kung ano lang yung appropriate, kung ano lang yung kailangan ng isang offender, ay siya lang ibibigay sa kanya. So based on the recommendation of the multidisciplinary team of the IJISC, the LSWDO or the DSWD, the court may require the parents of the CICL to undergo counseling. So hindi lang yung bata ang pwedeng i-counsel, pati na rin yung kanyang mga magulang or any other intervention that would advance the best interest of the child. Eh baka naman kasi gumagawa ng krimen itong bata dahil parang rejected siya sa bahay nila or abused siya sa bahay nila. Kaya siya nakagagawa ng krimen. So, yun. It would also serve the best interest of the child if the parents or the guardians would also go under counseling. So, the Philippines Community-Based or Non-Institutional Treatment of CICL. May dalawang uri kasi ng may dalawang uri ng pagpaparusa, pagbibigay ng kulong, kaparusahan yun nga, pagkakulong nila. And one of those is through yung non-institutional corrections or the, ano to, yun nga, community-based ang magiging program. Ayun, naging tabingi yung ulo ko. Okay, who can avail? Sino ang pwedeng bigyan ng ganitong uri ng treatment, yung community-based treatment? So one of the disposition measures that can be availed by a CICL under suspended sentence is community-based rehabilitation, wherein he or she shall be released to parents, guardians, relatives, or any other responsible person in the community. The LSWDO shall supervise the CICL in coordination with his or her parents or guardian. Examples of these programs are competency and life skills development, socio-cultural and recreational activities, community volunteer projects, leadership training, spiritual enrichment, and family welfare services. So, yun yung mga programs na pwedeng ibigay sa kanila under community-based rehabilitation. So a child under the minimum age of criminal responsibility shall also be subjected to a community-based intervention program supervised by the LSWDO. So, next is the cooperation between community-based treatment and institutional treatment. If the best interest of the child requires the CICL, shall be referred to a youth care facility or Bahay Pag-asa managed by the LGUs or licensed and or accredited NGOs monitored by the DSWD. Hindi naman kasi lahat ng mga ganyang parang Bahay Pag-asa or sabihin na natin detention facility but specifically for children ay hawak ng government. So there are non-government organizations na may ganong ginagawa. Pero yung mga NGOs na yon, they are also monitored by the DSWD. Hindi pwedeng gawin lang nila yung trip nila. As previously mentioned, a CICL who was previously subjected to a community-based intervention program can be deemed a neglected child. As such, he or she shall undergo an intensive intervention program supervised by the LSWDO. And then, the Philippine Social Integration of CICL. So aftercare support services shall be made to prevent reoffending. Dahil pag sinabi nating reoffending, gagawa sila ulit ng krimen. This will be given for a period of at least 6 months. These services could include life skills development, livelihood programs, and membership to existing youth organizations. The aftercare support services shall be provided by the LSWDO. However, licensed and accredited non-government organizations, yung mga NGOs, may also be tapped. As with the previous programs, it will require active participation of both the child and his or her parents or guardians. Kasi may mga pagkakataon na hindi lang yung bata ang may kailangan ng ganitong program, kundi kailangan din ng suporta ng kanilang magulang or guardian or yung mismong parent ang dapat talagang maturuan kasi nga baka abusive sila. So, they have to change that. The ultimate objective of providing the children in conflict with the law the interventions that will improve their social functioning is for them to be eventually reintegrated to their families and to their communities as well. You know kung ano ang pillars ng criminal justice system, di ba? So same lang sa juvenile justice system. If tapos na sila doon sa kanilang intervention, diversion programs, at nagbago naman sila, they would go back to the community. And when they go back to the community, when they are already reintegrated, na-integrate sila ulit, kailangan maayos na sila. Kailangan, sabi nga dyan, improve na ang kanilang social functioning para maging matanggap pa rin sila ng kanilang pamilya and their communities as well. So the Philippine juvenile justice system. So in its effort to articulate the juvenile justice system in laws, rules, and guidelines, the method of its proponents has always been experimented, serving as a working hypothesis which is continually being retested in the laboratories of youth detention homes. Throughout the history of its implementation, RA 9344 and its progeny have been hailed as a medium of hope for CICL. Dati kasi, basta nakagawa ka ng pagkakamali, kulong. Ngayon, dahil nga andyan na ang RA 9344, it gives them hope. It gives them a chance to change themselves. During such times, the juvenile justice system also faced criticism and difficulty. As such, the juvenile justice system of the Philippines is at odds with itself as to whether or not the present system warrants reconsideration. Sinasabi kasi, baka hindi na tama yung pag-a-apply natin ng JJWA or baka kailangan na itong palitan or kailangan ng alisin. Pinag-iisipan nila yan. Ito naman ay dahil madami pa ring bata ang nakagagawa ng krimen. Katulad nga nung recent event na yung 15 years old, pinatay yung isang 13 years old. Nagdala siya ng martilyo sa klase nila. Doon niya pinatay. So it was premeditated. Pinag-isipan niya na yon. Nagdala siya ng martilyo eh. So, ang question is, sapat ba yung JJWA? Tama ba ang pag-i-implement natin ito? Ayan. Today, the Philippines should see this exigency. All right.